I'm John Leonard. I'm a corporate lawyer with Fairfield and Woods in Denver, Colorado. We're doing a series of videos for our friends, our clients. Most of them are related to business issues and how the law affects those business issues. And today I'm talking to my colleague, Dan Garfield. Dan represents debtors and creditors, has reviewed hundreds of loan documents, and we're going to talk about what should be in a good loan document, and if a lender thinks that there's an issue, what that lender ought to be looking for and what you can help the lender do. So thanks for joining us today, Dan.
Thanks, John.
So when I say you represent lenders, it's not just banks. What other kinds of lenders or receivers or folks do you represent?
Well, it's both banks and any kind of private lender, whether it's a hard money lender or private equity could be that kind of lender. Any lender of note that's lending, let's say, in the seven figures and above, that somebody would represent.
And a loan can be secured or unsecured. What's the difference?
Well, the difference is basically what it sounds like, is the secured loan is secured by some sort of collateral, either from the borrower or somebody else, often the owner of the borrower or something like that. Could be real estate, could be personal property such as inventory, cash, receivables, things like that.
So if I'm a lender and I'm concerned, but there hasn't been a default, the entity or person still paying on the note, can I call you and you'd look at the documents? What would you do? What could you do?
Well, a loan document review can be helpful in the sense of, okay, when this document was drafted and signed whatever number of years or months ago, what was the situation then and what's the situation now? And what are you concerned about now that maybe the document doesn't reflect, whether it's the overall economy, which could be more difficult to deal with in a document, or is there something specific about this borrower or this borrower's industry that you want to deal with that you didn't have to deal with before? Maybe there's a bit of change in the law that somehow affects this borrower that you want to have to deal with. And so you might have to change the document, or you might have to change how the collateral is, or all different kinds of things, depending on your individual situation.
And generally that's called a loan workout. I mean, if somebody defaults and says they can't pay, you could help revise the loan and restate the loan and do whatever to get maybe additional security or additional covenants, promises by the other side to make the lender feel better. And you could do that either pre-default or post-default if you had to.
Right. I mean, a loan workout is a more serious phenomenon, I guess, so to speak, than just a loan document review. A loan workout is usually when the loan's gone into default or it's about to go into default. Someone at the bank in the special situations department or something like that now takes over the loan, as opposed to the person who was managing the loan when it was originated. They have different incentives, different things they have to deal with. Maybe the loan will be sold off to somebody else because the bank doesn't want to have to deal with it anymore. But the tone of the whole transaction of the relationship changes on both sides once you get to that loan workout stage. The incentives change. The bank just wants to get paid as best they can. The borrower wants to stay in business, maybe get a new loan. So those kinds of incentives change once it sort of flips from loans being paid to the loans being not paid.
Right. But you have the experience, since you've worked with so many lenders, both banks and private lenders. Calling you early is a good idea. Calling you very early and having you draft the agreement is probably a better idea. But a client can call you, or prospective client can call you at any time to look at the documents or prospective documents and give advice.
Absolutely. I've represented both debtors, borrowers, and creditors. So I know what it's like to be on both sides. So I have a sense as to what both sides are thinking about, what their incentives are, what their concerns are.
Great. Well, Dan, thanks for joining us today. And if you have any questions on your loan documents, please give Dan a call.
Thank you.
Thank you.